right now to go and sail there. Well, since the all good today?
Yep, good, thank you.
Very good. Introduced to you, sir, have we?
Yes, I did.
Yep. No, didn't get that.
I don't know what the exactly. Why would I need an extra person?
That's all right. The weight's in the back.
Don't you worry.
Give it back if I do.
Okay, folks. Good afternoon and good morning, even. Sorry, and welcome aboard. Welcome to Loch Ness, and it's a rather great looking Loch Ness today, isn't it? It's nice to see some blue skies and some sunshine, especially at this stage in proceedings. So, an absolutely flat cam out here as well, so that's nice, of course, as well. So, welcome aboard. My name's Ali. I'm your skipper on the boat today. And the boat we're on itself here, it's called Deep Scan, this boat. It is a working boat, this. It is a research vessel, so if I can just give you some safety information. Lots of documentary makers, but lots of scientists and lots of universities, and really, you know, for us working out in Loch Ness here, it's really all about kind of thing in the past, of course. You know, we've mapped the bottom, but this time back then, well, we were out here and we were working with some very clever sonar equipment here. And the equipment we were using was a bit like the door there, see at the back of the cabin. That sonar image is the very monster that we found here. And it is big. You see the body section of it. The body of it is 10 metres long. So that's about the same length as this boat even. Big long body. So the loch itself, 23 miles long. 37 kilometres. So it's long, but also it's thin, Loch Ness. You know, on average, it's only 1 mile wide, kilometre and a half wide. So it's long, it's thin, and it's deep, of course. And that shape, big, it's long even, the Great Glen. It runs its way from Inverness. Now, Inverness is on our left side, on the east coast of Scotland there. And the Great Glen runs from there 70 miles long. These lochs as well. So they're connected together here by rivers, but they are also connected together here by a canal system we have as well. Now that's called the Caledonian Canal, and it links our lochs so that you can actually, should you so desire, purely because of what it is, it's just mud, it's just sediment, you know, that's, well, very slowly been building down there, well, since the end of the last ice age, in fact, 12,000 odd years ago. The other thing, of course, about our exercise array, if we were right now to go and sail our way over the top of the Loch Ness monster, we need to look off right now with the swim under the boat. We are going to get to see her on the screen. And the way they go up, way in the distance on the right, those mountains are about 30 miles, so about 50 kilometres to them. So blue sky right over the top of the north of Scotland today. And also at the bottom of the valley. This time of year, once the weather starts to change, we start to get hit by the storms out here, and the problem for us at Loch Ness then becomes the wind here, because when our winds blow here, our problem is our winds, they come from the southwest direction. This particular boat, for all of you people to know about, what we're going to do. Well, first of all, we're going to take a photograph of it on this big funnel down here. This is like a wind tunnel here, and the wind here can actually create 4-metre tall waves, 12 feet tall waves. You imagine that? You're talking waves as high as the cabin roof here. Through waves rather than up and over them, and of course that is not a good plan. It can be absolutely wild out here. We have to be so very careful out here. At least the big winds and waves mix our water so Loch Ness never freezes. It's too big, too deep to freeze, of course. They're the most common sightings we've ever had. Now my friend's dad had one of the best ever sightings of a monster. That happened to me watching the same thing at the same time. So that was one of our best ever monster sightings. You know, in terms of the numbers of witnesses, separate witnesses as well. So that was good. And this year we've had 7 reports of the monster being seen, 7 sightings. The last one was very good. It was just a couple of weeks ago actually. A lady released a photograph she had taken 5 years ago. Now, she didn't want the attention that the photograph would bring and the press stuff, so she didn't do anything with it until a couple of weeks ago when she released the photo. And it's a great photo. It looks like an object, it looks like a creature, you know, it looks like an animal in the water. So she hasn't. It's a fabulous view. This is Urquhart Castle, or as some people like to call it, one very organised pile of rocks. But it provides an opportunity for you non-Scots to learn a bit of Scottish pronunciation here. It stands in the higher ground up there. We have an old wooden Pictish fort back in the 6th century, so it's a beautiful thing. It did, in fact, also become a royal castle. You know, we have had some famous royals in control of it at various stages, like River de Bruce, for example. He was a fine, good Edward I of England. Oh dear, dear, dear. Edward I, he gets a big round from all of us in Scotland, of course. Edward I. He was the hammer of the Scots, and he did not like us Scottish people at all. Edward I. But that's fine, that's okay, that's Scots for you folks will have heard people mention the clans. To think of a clan is to think of a kind of like a tribe or a gang. You know, the clans would control small areas of territory back in the day. Often they would fight amongst each other. Half the time they would just fight over their own shadows, the clans back in those days. You know, any old excuse really for a fight. But most famously, it's a ruin, you know, nowadays. Well, that's partly down to the locals here. You know, once the locals realised it had been abandoned, well, the locals then realised they could actually come along and, well, they could start stripping.
Fishing right now. It's one of the better